Here for Centrum team selection with John Longmire. John, what are the changes for this week's round 3 clash with the Crows?
We've lost a couple to injury this week, so Craig Berg goes out of the team with a bit of a sore calf, and Sam Reid also hurt his Achilles at training, so unfortunately he's out as well.
And who's coming into the team this week?
Back in the team comes Jeremy Laidler, who played has played most of our pre-season games, so he comes back in the team, and also Lewis Roberts-Thompson, who missed last game and has come back and is feeling fine, so he'll play this week as well.
The good news first, having Louis back must be a big thing for you. Someone else can also go through the ruck.
Yeah, he can play a number of different roles for us, Louis. He can play mid in the ruck if he needs to. He can play back or he can play forward. So he's a very versatile player, and he's a very competitive player at his best too. So that's what we're hoping that he can bring to the team.
And disappointing news for Sam Reid, who showed a bit of good form over the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, Sam's been in pretty good form over the pre-season. He's actually had a good pre-season. He's been fit and was really hitting his straps, and unfortunately just hurt his Achilles a bit at training today. So we're just hoping it's not too bad and he's able to come back pretty soon.
And looking at the match this week, heading over to Adelaide, first trip on the road, what are you expecting?
Yeah, we're expecting a big crowd in Adelaide. Going to Adelaide Oval, it's the first time we've played there, so it's be a great experience to be able to play on that ground. They've done a fantastic job redeveloping it, and we know that there's going to be a lot of supporters there, obviously barracking for Adelaide, and our challenge is to make sure we bring our very best football to a competitive Adelaide team this week.
Both teams yet to win a match. Just how important is it going to be?
Yeah, it's a big game. I mean, they're all big games, and clearly with both teams not getting off to the start they wanted to, it makes the challenge really fierce, and that's what we expect to happen this week, is a real fierce challenge by both teams, and the one that lasts the longest obviously comes out on top.
What have you made of the last couple of performances, particularly the last one against Port Adelaide?
Well, I mean, it was a really interesting game. They got off to a bad start, Adelaide, but then came right back in the game and hit the front in the third term, and were playing really good football, and then Port Adelaide kicked in the gear in the last quarter. So they certainly had some good aspects of the game last week, and they were in control, particularly in the third term. So our challenge is to make sure that every particular contest that we go into, we in the ground, is that we make sure we win or halve those 50-50 balls, and usually the team that wins the majority of those contests win the game, and we've got to do it for a bit longer than what we've done at the first 2 weeks.
And it's a sellout, so that's 50,000 screaming Adelaide fans. A pretty hostile environment, I imagine. Yeah,
it is. I mean, that's, we've played whether it's in Perth or in Adelaide a few times, played in front of crowds that are clearly weighted towards the local team, but that's the way it is, and that's we're looking forward to that challenge. We're looking forward to getting on the plane tomorrow and heading into Adelaide, and really enjoying the challenge ahead of us.